Hello everyone, my name is Hassan and today I'm going to share with you the most important transition of my life. I call it the metamorphosis. This is a brief story of a journey that I took with the Provincial Instructor Diploma program and how it has reshaped my philosophies as an educator and tuned me into someone that I never knew before. Let's start with a quick look at my career as a teacher. On your screen is me in a nutshell. What brought me to PIDP program? Actually, I was strongly recommended by my former supervisor from Cyber College to do this course to enhance my teaching skill. Here are the courses that summed up to the PIDP program. By the way, I took these courses online, which is popularly called as distance learning program. Let me share my experience with each of these courses with you. The first one is PIDP 3100, which is called Foundation of Adult Learning. That's my very first course, which has opened up an unseen horizon in front of me. The word pedagogy was introduced to me for the first time. I came to know that learning behavior can be discussed under patterns. That means one's learning attitude can be institutionalized with various learning theories. We reflected on different issues of adult learning in the form of journals. We prepared a lesson plan based on the knowledge we gathered on adult learning. Then we wrote a comprehensive essay on a chosen learning theory. Mine one was transformational learning, pioneered by Mizero. The essay discovered a type of learning that occurs through 4 stages. The second essay we wrote was about roles and trends in adult learning. The course ended with a final interview that actually was designed for assessing the learner's capability to recall and apply issues covered by the course. I was already realizing the change in my perception about teaching. I applied some of things that I learned here immediately with my class, and the result was amazing. That was a perfect orientation for me. The drive was born, and I was excited to explore upcoming courses. Now PIDP 3210, which is called Curriculum Development, as the name itself implies, this course was about developing courses and producing effective lesson plan. Honestly, I never took lesson plans so seriously before. I was amazed by the level of accuracy, creativity required for designing a course and lesson plan. I learned how a well-laid lesson plan can make big difference. How can an issue, which is usually known to be boring, can be taught effectively by involving the students. We gathered in-hand experience of composing a course, handout, and lesson plan. I found it really interesting when we had to recall the adult learning attitude we learned in PIDP 3100 while preparing the lesson plan. The next is PIDP 3220, which was delivery of instruction. I found this course especially to be more applied rather than instructive. I had to plan a lesson and deliver a lecture in front of a set of audiences who later provided me with a fair and impartial feedback on my instructional attitude. I applied different instructional strategies to make the learning to occur effectively. My lesson plan had to address all those 7 dimensions we learned in PIDP 3100 and 32. The next course was PIDP 3230, which was Evaluation of Learning. This is the course that has most significant impact on my teaching philosophy. Assessment is not only of learning, but can also be for learning. I realized this for the first time. All through the course, I used to whisper to myself, "Oh my God, what I have been doing so far with my students." I learned that evaluation and assessments are strategic by nature. You have some objective to achieve from this, an objective which is far more important than just to grade the students. And now, every single assessment tool that I use in my class has a specific objective to achieve, and I'm happy to see my students are now dealt with a fair evaluation system, thanks to PIDP 3230. PIDP 3240, Media Enhanced Learning, a course full of fun. It was all about using media, especially today's powerful social media, to enhance learning experience. To be more specific, how can we use blogs and wikis to ensure 100% students' engagement and interactive learning? Blogs, for example, can praise in discussions on an issue and make the participant learn from each other. On realizing the amazing power of media, I now encourage my students to create their own blogs and post regularly. Since today's learners are more fond of technologies, I got a tremendous response from the students so far. PIDP 3250 Instructional Strategies. Unlike PIDP 3220, this course was more instructive. Various effective internal techniques were introduced like lectures, role plays, group discussions, video presentations, etc. The main idea is to keep the students engaged all through and motivate them to learn. The idea of class forum sounded really new and unique to me, where the instructor can initiate a discussion, write assignments, tests, and most importantly, where the students can interact with each other. Now, let me share how do I feel about the program as a whole. The curriculum bangs on the target of making someone an effective modern teacher who will hold the noble responsibility of making the learning happen. I also find the program hyper-interactive, full of contemporary issues. The evaluative tools used were valid and reliable in assessing our learning progress, as well as our overall understanding. However, some of the courses were a bit overloaded with assignments. When it is true, it can really demotivate a learner. Overall, it's a must-do program for all those people who have an honest intention to lead learners through an effective learning process. The ultimate look at the metamorphosis. Here is what I was and what I am now. I am completely a changed person now with new and ideological teaching philosophies about understanding learners' attitude and evaluating them. Perhaps this is an understatement of the state of the changes that I have gone through. Unfortunately, I had to make it short, but believe me, the transformation is huge. The ultimate result is here. Now I deal with my students with a clear understanding on their learning attitudes and requirements. I make evaluation more for assessing the progress rather than ranking a student to be good or bad. I try latest technological tools in class, especially that are popular among the students. Apply different instruction tools to get myself and the learners rid of fatigueness generated from repeated methods. Last but not the least, I'm always committed to ensure a positive learning environment in both physical and psychological senses. Nowadays, my efforts are being appreciated by both the learners and the administrators. I would like to dedicate all those words of appreciation to the program from where I have learned a lot. Thank you for listening.